There we go. Okay. Let's see how this turns out. Aha, we got 2 people. Oop. Let's go ahead and begin. Let me just change something real fast. Just because this has been bothering me. Every time I reset my computer, it changes the background for everything. There we go. Okay. Now we're here. Okay. So, let's see where we left off. Okay, so we left off working on career mode. Particularly, we were working on this ready button. So every time you click the ready button when you're on these pads, you would tell the server that you're ready, and then the server would track whether or not you're ready or not, and then if you are, then it'll teleport you. So we're going to add a couple of values here. We're going to add a boolean called player ready, and when each and every player is ready, we will teleport them all. And after this, I think we're done with the hub. After this, we're done with the hub, and we can now go and start actually working on the career mode part of career mode, if that makes sense. So let me just finish pasting all these in here, and then we'll get started. This might be... we got my normal 6 people watching. Excellent. Let's see here, 7 pads, yes. Can everybody hear me okay? Is there any like weird static or anything? I should probably listen to it. Let's see here, 7 pads, yes. No, it sounds fine. Hey, CLXR. If it's not my good friend Black Star 30. Okay, so now let's go ahead and begin. Oh, these didn't load at all. That's tough. Where'd they go? They're gone. What? Maybe they didn't load. That's okay, we're not concerned about that right now. Oof, not everything loaded. That's okay. Okay. So, I think we started on the client side. Let's just go ahead and see where we were. Frames. I think it was this one. Milestones. Equips. Oh, no, I remember where it was. It was in this one. Here we go. Where were you in this one? Here we go. Yeah, okay. So, if it sets to nil... Okay. We'll have a thing called... Well... This will just update it. This will set it and say Okay. I'll get some music going. Any recommendations? Okay. Oh, this button. Here we go. You know what I've always pondered doing is changing it so that bronzes aren't 50 to 69. That just seems ridiculous. It should be the other way around. Well, it should just be like 60s to 70s should be silvers. But I mean, I don't know. That's just me though. Because if you're 60 overall, I say you're pretty experienced. Oof. Okay, there. How's that? Can you still hear me? Here, hold on one second. I want to check something. Okay. So, okay. Let's do this. Yes, get me to 100 subs and I'll drop a code. And it'll be good this time. I promise. Orland Paul! Finally! We meet again. Let's see here. Where? There we go. Okay. So if it's touched, so then we want to... Oh, geez, actually. Yes, here we go. API. I will say game.replicated storage.remote event fire client. Do you still want me to do the explanation thing that I've been doing the last couple times, or do you just want me to get it over with? Is explanation stuff interesting, or... Here we go. Game.replicated storage. Oh wait, I need to find the player object, which is just player? No. Okay. Well, first of all, out. Okay, so that's the player. That is the player name. Okay, so then we can safely assume that... Oh, or maybe not. Wait. Oh yeah, no, okay. So we can say that the player, the local player, is equal to game.players, and then get player from character part.parent. Okay, so then we're going to fire. We're going to tell that player to be party set ready, and we're also going to set the player dot party ready to false, even if it's true. If you remember last time, we created a value called party ready that sits inside the player, and what that's going to do is that's going to keep track of whether or not you're actually ready to teleport or not. So, but we want to make it so that every time you enter a new pad, it automatically goes to false. So you're not on that, you're not ready every time you go to a new pad. You have to verify, yes, I am in fact ready. Okay, and so now we're going to have, we're going to have a new function now called function API, and it's going to be, oh, actually, and pad. I just want to make sure that we're doing this right. So local functions and how this is all translating. Come on, where are you? Here we go. What pad? Okay, so party and then what pad? Okay, so that means our first value right here should be what pad or what party set pad they're on, which would be V. Which would be V. So we'll enter V. Because if you look up right here, this is just the list of the party sets. So okay. So then that'll tell them, hey, get ready. Alright. But we will need another function up here, and we'll call this party ready. And what this is going to do is we're going to have a player object, we're going to have the pad, and we're going to have, well, I guess that's it. Okay. So we'll say if player.partyReady.value is equal to true, then we'll set it to false. So if you're not ready, or if you listed it as ready, if you set it to true because you thought you were ready, but now you're not, we'll just set it to false. And then if you're not ready, so else, we're assuming that if it's not true, then it has to be false. So we can just say, okay, else. So else party ready equals true. So if you're not already true, then just make it true, and you're party ready. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change it on the pad as well. Although I don't think we need the pad to work. We'll go to hub. No, here we go. Party sets. Party set 1 away. Player ready. Okay, so then pad dot player ready. Oops. Ready dot value equals true, or no, false. And so this will help us keep track of, instead of having to search through a list of players, we could just search through a list of the pads through these pads right here. So now going back down here, so we want to make sure everything's correct. So pad, so when there's a new, this assumes that there's a new player, so there's a new player on it, then we assume that the pad dot player ready dot value is equal to false. It can change though, but this is assuming you're just entering it. And then this right here will wait until you actually teleport or you leave the pad. And then once you do both of that, then we're going to assume, then we're going to set it to false. Okay. All right. And then we're going to go over to local functions, and where did I script it? Did I already script it? Maybe I didn't. Okay, that's fine. So now we need to make it sure we need to see. Looks like, are you going to add X factor? What's X factor? Um, oh, we're gonna need to change this to say ready or not. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure something. Here we go. Ready. This function. Okay, so now we can say if player. Did I already create a variable called player? I did not. Okay, so we'll say local player is equal to game dot players dot local player, and local player just means that's you. That's just you are the local player. Who's DMing me? Ah, yes. Tal. It is a Hackintosh. So it thinks I'm on an iMac, but I promise you I'm not. iMacs don't have 24 gigs of RAM, and yeah. That's tough. Okay, so we'll say if player dot what's it called? Is it player ready? What's it called? I keep forgetting. Player ready, or is it ready player? I need to come up with some kind of naming scheme. Bah. It's called party ready. Okay. So if dot party ready dot value equals true, then obviously we want to make it false now, so we're going to say game to replicate storage dot remote function invoke server, and we're going to do party set ready, and we want to do false. Oh, actually, we can do this differently, I think. Nah, maybe not. Okay. And now we want to make it true. Server model. There we go. Let's see, what's invoking? Party ready. Party ready. Okay, so this assumes, though, that we know what the pad is, but we don't know what the pad is. Which makes this difficult. How can we transfer what the pad is? We need to know which pad we're on. We'll just have God, I don't know how I want to do this. Okay, here. First things first. Why is it so hot in my room? Ideally, that's my first question. That makes sense. Okay, the X Factor thing makes sense. God, what am I doing? just gonna stare at this for a little bit. What song am I even looking at or listening to? Something stupid. Let's think. Okay, so let's just start from the basics. So this tells you party set ready, and it tells you what pad. That goes down to here, party set ready, invokes it, which goes to here, to this function called party set ready. But it has 3 values, right? Or 2? No, just 2. Okay. So we don't need this third one right here. Which comes right here. It tells you what party number you're on and what pad you're on. Okay. So then this updates it, makes the button available, and updates the button. And then now you're able to click on said button. But you still need to know what one you're on. Okay, so then we have the server to client, now we just need to do client to server. So that's fine. This one, whatever. Party set ready. So we want to be true. I guess we don't need the values for the player ready. I guess well, yeah. I guess we won't do the pad.player. That just makes things a bit more complicated, and I think we're just making things harder than we have to. Okay, so we don't need that. So let's have a thing called player dot party ready, and that'll keep track of that. Okay, so then party ready, we just set that. Okay, which then goes back to global functions. Where is it? Party ready. Here we go. And then if party ready is true, then make it false. If it's not, da 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 da. Okay. And then once it returns back here, we're gonna need to update the button, so we'll require it. And we'll say local function funct is equal to require. And we'll say local functions? No. Dot parent dot local there we go. Okay. And we'll say funct, and we'll say party set ready. And I don't think party set ready needs any doesn't need anything, just what party you're on. Actually, it doesn't. I don't think you even need to know what party you're on. Just as long, well, I guess it would be, it might be good to know what party you're on. Function, I wonder, can this return and say local party equal to that? And then this can just be called party. Okay. Alright, so then that's done. Now the button should work. Okay, let me go over here. Global functions, party ready, but this should return. See how awful this is? Party set ready. Party ready. Okay, yeah, so now we need to find out what pad they're on, or what party they're on. So we'll say we can just do this. We're almost done, you guys. This is just the annoying part. Actually, after this, I need testers, so... sort of. This is just the verification part where... this is awful. Individual party sets... pad.current player.value equals player. Then I never took it out. What are you talking about? Alright, see if this works. Ah, here we go. It broke. There we go. S is not a valid member of